Hello people, welcome back to my channel Shake Rides. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the newly launched BSA Gold Star 650 launched by Classic Legends here in India. The bike was launched a month ago and I finally got hands on this today. So we're going to talk about the specifications, the walk around, and we're also going to do a quick ride to get the first impressions how this Legend feels. We're also going to do a comparison with the Interceptor 650, what is good, what is not, the colors, the prices also. Stay tuned till the end. And if you're new to this channel, do subscribe to my channel. Your subscription helps me to make many such videos. Let's see what this BSA Gold Star 650 is all about. Let's start with some history. 1919 is where the BSA gets launched. BSA stands for Birmingham Small Arms Company, and it was in the pre-independence era where they were manufacturing bikes, the fastest bikes then in 1950s, and for some reasons in 1970s this got discontinued. Later in 2020, I believe, or 2016, I believe, Classic Legends bought this BSA company, and in 2021 they launched BSA Gold Star 650, and in 2 years maybe, I think 2022 it got launched. And after 2 years, we have this bike in India. BSA Gold Star was a name given for the old bike of the same bike company. That was in 1930s, I believe. 350cc, 500cc was the capacity then, and they were the fastest motorcycles in 1950s. Well, today in 2024, we have a BSA 650cc single cylinder, one of its kind in India, and I can say in the entire world as well. And this is brought to you by Classic Legends in India, that also brings you HD and Java. So let's talk about the specifications. Let's start from at the front. We got this tires, the rubbers are from the Pirelli that used to get in Interceptor 650 as well at the initial stages. These are 100 by 90 18-inch wheels, and you also get this huge 320mm disc brake, and the brakes are from Brembo. You also get ABS, and you get this 41mm suspensions at the front, telescopic ones, and you get this halogen light. You get this small BSA branding, and I like this chrome fender here, and this design here, this connects here, and you get the side reflectors as well. These are spoke wheels, but the tires are tubeless tires, but since these are spoke wheels, you need to install tubes in it, right? And as we move up here, we get these two beautiful meter pods here, decent switch gear here, nice finishing, and here's a master cylinder. And let's turn this on. You get two twin clusters here, twin pods. If you turn this on, here we go. So this gets a central pod here that gives information about the ABS, side stand information, oil information, engine information, high beam, low beam information. Then you have the semi-analog. Here's a semi-analog. This is a tachometer, and this is also you have fuel information here. This one here, you can get to see the fuel information, right? And then you have this speedometer, both in mph and kilometers per hour and miles per hour. You also get this information, trip A, trip B information, and odometer information. Quite readable, but I feel the digital ones are pretty small. It's very difficult to read from this far. In highways, it's not that easy. You have to give some attention to it. And with the help of this switch, you can do it, toggle around odometer and trip A, trip B. Then you have the switch gears, engine kill switch, you have engine start switch. You also get hazard lights and high beam, low beam indicators and honk. And this is your mobile charger, both USB-C and Type-C for cables. That's about the instrument cluster and switch gear and the handlebar. Good detailing there. You get this 12 liters of tank, which is of kind of an irony because this is meant for cruising, and it should have had a bigger tank, but again 12 liters of tank with a mileage of 25 to 26, it should give you close to 290 or 300, close to 300s in the highways. Let's talk about the engine. The engine is of 650cc single cylinder and DOHC. It gets a liquid cooled engine. You can see the big radiator here, and it's mated with 5-speed gearbox. It should have gone with 6-speed, but anyway, 5-speed gearbox. And this generates close to 55 Nm of torque, max torque, peak torque at 4000 RPM, I believe, and maximum power of 45 bhp at 6600 RPM. So the figures are very close to Interceptor 650. We should see how it feels when we ride it, right? Now, you also get this small 12 volts charger point here. And the back you get this twin shock absorbers. You get this 255 disc brake with ABS, again from Brembo. And this is a huge tire, 150 section tire from Pirelli Phantom. Again, these are the tires that Interceptor 650 should have used. I mean the section I'm taking, 150 section instead of 130 section to give a beefy look. But anyway, BSA Gold Star has it. At the back you get this LED light with this cute indicators. And this side you get to see this huge big chunk exhaust pipe. This is not a twin exhaust, it's a single exhaust. And this is a lever, brake lever, and these are your foot pegs. And other thing, let's sit on this and see how it feels. Okay. This is how it's going to feel. 5.8, and I can keep comfortably both my legs on the ground. The handlebar is upright, so it's not towards the rider, it's away from the rider, so you have to lean a little bit. Or I can say for long rides it would feel a little uncomfortable, but in the city it should not have any problems. As I told you, the tank is of 12 liters, and the seat height is of 780 that should accommodate most of the riders. And the seat is also comfort. The padding is good, soft, decent enough, right? You also get a grab rail, I believe. Let's quickly turn this on and see how this feels. That's how grunting it feels. You do feel the single cylinder running. It's not as rumbling as the Interceptor 650, but it has its own charm in its exhaust sound. The suspensions are very soft, right? I can see the movement happening already. Other thing is it's the weight. This will weight you around dry, around 200 kilos, and weight you around 214 kilos, I believe, lesser than Interceptor 650. Seat height is 782 The ground clearance of 150 which is kind of a decent enough. We should see how it feels in the real time on the roads. Then the overall length is 2206 and the overall width is 817 The height of this bike is 1093 The wheelbase is long, 1425 right? That's about the dimensions. Let's talk about the colors. This bike comes in total 6 colors. You get base colors like red color and black color, which are very attractive. Then you also get, with the chrome finishing, you get green color and you get a black color. And in black you get another variant, and there's a silver color, and there's another silver color which is a different variant altogether. The prices differ on the colors you choose. The base models are the red and green. That price ex-showroom will cost you close to 3 lakh rupees. 3 lakh rupees, 2,990 rupees to be very precise. Then you get the metallic black or silver, that's of 3 lakh 14,000 rupees. And gross black you get around 3 lakh 18,000 rupees, and the highest variant you get around 3 lakh 37,000 rupees. That gets a premium silver chrome one. This is the one, yeah. The on-road prices vary from state to state. I'll put on the screen what the on-road prices here in Bengaluru will be. I think I'll compare this with Interceptor 650 that comes with twin cylinder, 2 cylinders there, and it has a different experience altogether. It's a very good at high speeds, and also for the city rides, it gets a little bit heated because of air cooled and oil cooled. But this is a liquid cooled, so it should have a little advantage over that. Interceptor 650 comes with alloy wheels as well. Here you only get spoke wheels. To retain the charm, they have done this. If there's a puncture, there's always going to be an issue. And other thing is the seat height. The 805 is the seat height for Interceptor 650, but this is 780 This will accommodate more comfortably most of the riders. Also, it has this 150 section tire at the back. It gives a more beefy look compared to Interceptor 650. Price-wise, it won't make much difference. Both will cost you 4 lakhs on the road here in Bengaluru. And also, this will make around 160 kilometers top speed. Even Interceptor 650 does that. So there are little pros and cons compared to that bike, but this vehicle has its own character compared to that. We'll get to know that once we start riding the bike. So that's about the specifications, walk around, the prices, colors. Let's do a quick ride review to get the first impression of these bikes, how good it is and how different it is from your Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. So here's the ride review, guys. This is how it looks in real, in flesh, in the road. So let's turn this on. Okay. Yeah, this is how it's gonna sound. Has a grunt feeling, little rumbling also, but not like Interceptor 650. Why I'm comparing with Interceptor 650? Because at this price you get Interceptor 650 also. So there are two options for customer to buy if they're looking for a retro charm, a retro classic, modern classic. Interceptor other side gets the twin engines, 650cc. This is a single cylinder. A good amount of vibrations you can feel already on the handlebar, and yeah, the mirrors move, but it's not as it impacts your driving fun, but there are vibrations. Let's put a first gear. Again, this is 5-speed gearbox, not 6-speed gearbox. So many things are odd in this. It's a liquid cooled, but again 5-speed gearbox. Okay, first gear. Oh, first gear has a lot of power, so good amount of torque available here. And okay, so wow, impressing. It doesn't feel like huge 650cc engine. It just feels like you know, like a KTM or like a Dominar. I mean, as I told you, it's a short stroke engine. They're not like the big stroke engine like you get in Bullet or Classic 350. Very impressive. It has a good it's a very proactive, not so nimble, because you can feel the weight here. 200 kilos of drive weight, I mean, and also 210 kilos of curb weight. You'll definitely feel the weight when you're moving in bumper to bumper traffic. The reason I took this in traffic, because most of the people ride this in traffic only, in the city ride. So I just want to see how good it looks, and you feel the good amount of vibrations here. Yeah, the low end torque is good, but I think it's the mid end that shines. The suspensions are decent enough. I should have gone that way only. Anyway, yeah, there's a good amount of deaccelerating feel in this. Gear shift is very nice and very smooth. There's no clunkiness at all, and it's predictable, it's tractable how the vehicle feels. It gives you a feedback. You get a good amount of acknowledgement when you are trying to do something. Whatever you're trying to do, it is telling you, okay, I'm done with this, I'm doing this. And suspensions at the front, there are little stiff, I believe. At the back, they're very soft. Good roads, it does not have any problems, because they've given such kind of suspension so that you are cruising and on the good roads. But in the cities where there are potholes or you're doing a little bit of off-roading, then yeah, you're gonna feel the bumps. But it's not as bad as Interceptor 650 when it initially launched. Brakes are very sharp. You get a good feedback, and I think with the both rear and front brakes, if you use it, it's giving you a good feel. Of course, it is 200 kilos of weight and 650cc engine. It's a good brakes to stop. I am in third gear and it's easily picking it up, so city rides will be nice. And there's a lot of mid-range that is available for the rider. The low end is anyway given. I should see high speeds how it does. I don't think so we will be able to do high speeds, or we will not be able to do that 0 to 100 and all, because we're in the city and there's traffic around. But today I'm just gonna give you how it feels in the city. The vibrations is a kind of comes part of the character of this bike. And it is a very different bike compared to your Interceptor 650. Interceptor 650 has that twin cylinder effect. You feel the bike is little heavy at the front, and it pulls like anything. I mean, that's a very quick bike. If you this is very retro compared to Interceptor 650. At least Interceptor 650 has you get alloy wheels option. This does not get alloy wheel option. Yeah, the suspensions are stiff at the front and soft at the back, so you're feeling the bumps. Yeah, so compared to Interceptor 650, the prices are same. This also will cost you from 3 lakh rupees and goes up to 333 lakhs. Sorry, 3,33,000, and The other thing is you get 6 different colors, basic colors like red, green, black, silver, two variants in silver and 2 variants in the black. Interceptor 650 has an edge over this definitely because it's a twin cylinder. You get the twin cylinder feel. You feel that you're riding a big bike, a mid-variant bike. You definitely feel that. And this one, you do not feel that you're riding a 650cc bike, but you definitely feel that it's of a feel that you're riding you know, the plus variant of Dominar or plus variant of KTM. If there was a KTM 500 or a Dominar 500, I think that would feel something like this. And I thought, since it is a 650cc cylinder, I thought it would be, you know, like it would feel like the Bullet or Classic 350 kind of a feel, but it surprised me. It doesn't feel like that. It feels very friendly. It feels very approachable. It is not intimidating you, right? It does not confuse you in terms of how to, you know, function this. It's a simple basic bike, and you definitely feel a little bit of heat in bumper to bumper traffic, because though it's a liquid cooled engine, it's a single cylinder and 650cc. And you can open the throttle even the 4th gear, it will work for you. It doesn't do any kind of hiccups. You can feel the rumbling sound of the exhaust easily from the rider perspective. It's a very grunting and rumbling at the same time. It's a different unique character. Interceptor 650 has a different grunting noise. It's more rumbling actually. Once you cross 100 kilometers in that, you get a different feel altogether. I believe they should have priced this bike close to 2,75,000. It could have given a big thumbs up from the customers. They have definitely gone for this. At least there should have been 20k of difference, because you're trying to come into the segment where Interceptor 650 is a king already, right? So why would someone buy you a vehicle if they don't see any value for money kind of a concept, right? So that should have been the game. But pricing same as Interceptor 650, customer is gonna definitely compare this Interceptor 650 and gonna decide whether he needs to take it or not. But as I told, this has its own charm. It has its character. It definitely has a character. It doesn't look like an alien kind of a thing. It does not feel very substantial motor like your Java or HD. It definitely feels bigger. It has a road presence. It has a head. It is definitely a head turner. So you can comfortably do at 100s, 100, 110 in highways. I think 160 would be the max. There was no odometer, so I could not do it. I could not show you. There's no speedometer running, so I could not show you what speed I'm doing. What does it get advantage over Interceptor 650 is it's a liquid cooled, so the heat management is better in this bike, I believe, but I'm not feeling it because there's a lot of heat coming already from the engine. Not that it's gonna, you cannot ride at all. It's a part of the ride, and it just goes with the character of the bike. So that's about the bike, guys. Goldstar 650 from BSA. Really enjoyed it riding. The bike is available here in CBI Road near the footover bridge. It's a BSA motorcycle showroom here that also serves you HD and Java. The bikes are available. Do come and check out the bikes. Do a test ride and find out yourself how good the bikes are. And let me know what you feel about this bike in my comment section. Would you go for Interceptor 650 or would you go for this? And if you're new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Your subscription helps to make many such videos. This is Sheikh. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.